Gravy, baby.
Welcome to Gravy, baby. What's up, my little gravy?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't say welcome to Gravy, baby.
And that's part. Listen, I don't know if you've heard. Satanic pedophiles run our country. We gotta have to tone it down, Drew.
I think we knew that already. Like, I think the only thing you and I are like about is now it's out in the open and no one seems to care enough. Nothing else has shocked me. Like, I mean, well, that's not true, but I don't want to get into the specifics of like that whole thing. That plate, I gotta talk about it. It's really, really ruined my week.
Do you ever feel like when you're on this thing, like you're in some sort of like observation booth?
Mm-hmm.
I just had this fucking intense feeling.
Are you
Dude, that's
in
what
any way inebriated?
No, this is what the internet is. Think about this.
Uh-huh.
It is a observation booth where the satanic pedophile sicko elite culturally manipulate, the culturally fucking build this, that they create and manifest, you know, these arguments and the whole they construct it, they manufacture culture contempt. It's crazy. It's wild.
Well, I think they shape personally. I don't think anyone's good enough to manufacture it on a global level. But what you can do is guide it, right?
Sure.
You can recognize a trend and say, let's turn that into something worse.
That shit that fucking Bannon and what started in Europe and shit, dude. It's pretty much like cultural engineering at some level.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to me, it's the difference between that and just like getting together with a bunch of people and being like, how do we get everyone to agree with us? Is just like scale and then connectivity.
Like what was going on 4chan.
Right. And like the connectivity of the internet. I mean, all right, well, if we're going to get into it, we should get into it because I have no idea what everyone knows. Do you know what I mean?
What does everybody know? We don't know anything. That's the whole thing. We still.
What I mean is like they might not even know. I think everyone listening right now knows who Steve Bannon is, but they might not even have any clue. And I think everyone's picked up that we're talking about the Epstein files, but I don't know if they're like, what did Bannon do in Europe? What do you mean social engineering?
Yeah. If you're a gamer, microtransactions are totally, absolutely an Epstein concoction. It's fucking wild, dog. Anyway, what do you even say about that?
What is there to say? I mean, we've all been wondering how he got his money, and we all assumed it was because he did honeypot blackmail, but it turns out he's got a mind for business, DJ.
I mean, yeah. I guess so. That part still doesn't make sense to me because a lot of it, like him trying to spell Palantir, that was insane. Him trying to spell till, like,
well, Palantir is a made-up word from Tolkien, right?
From the Tolkien,
from
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Tolkien is who wrote it. Did I say his name wrong?
Tolkien.
Whatever you're doing, stop.
No. We're run by pedophiles, Drew. There's no.
I know, dude. I'm already done with this. I've already been this version of me, so I don't know if I'm ready for you to be this version of you because I thought this was your baseline. I've already been on this podcast going, what are we doing?
No, of course it is.
We're ran by pedophiles, and I just thought you were the guy who wasn't going to change because you've already been operating under that assumption.
Yeah, I have. Not only that, but like, but it's okay. So yes, that assumption, but to see it so clearly, and to see it so internationally, and to see like the harm and the just like how it's influenced our lives, how we've literally been led in like everything. Bill Gates, Larry Summers, like all the hits, Bill Clinton, fucking Libya, fucking everything has been constructed by these fucking absolute psychopaths, and there's big parts of it that That doesn't make any sense to me. Like the absolute like his whole race theory stuff, the eugenics stuff. But however, Peter Thiel got involved with that because like as a transhumanist, like it seems like the tech world, like maybe that makes it. I mean, obviously they're going to take money from whatever, but it just like the two visions of the future just don't seem to collide.
I think. All right, I feel like I should give some context. It seems through perusing of the Epstein files that Epstein and a lot of his cohorts were, among many other awful things, white and or Jewish supremacists.
Yeah.
And a sort of an evolution of old colonialism. And then it also seems that the tech bros, who they were seemingly in bed with, have a transhuman view of wanting to take over the world that seems to make many things, including but not limited to race, moot. So I think what you're asking me is like, well, wait a minute, how are they in bed together when they actually have like a competing worldview?
Yeah, like how did this work? I know that there was a time when Till was like against the whole Trump thing. It was like, denouncing. I know that was a thing before.
So here's what I was going to say related to that. You're like ascribing actual beliefs to these people beyond power.
Yeah.
And and part of that is because when you read it, they seem to think they have some at various points. But I think all that's hobbyism to me. It's almost like when you and I talk about something on here that we're not super passionate about, we can get heated. We can be having one of our yell at each other fake fights and it not be anything that we care about or that we've thought about. It's just more about whatever else. So like, I think that's how they are about everything except ruling the world and greed, which we knew. And then this is the part that does like, it is like fucking with my head still. And apparently fucking kids. And I don't mean I'm surprised that because like I think I've known for some time, especially like fucking 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds, but I really thought that they were fucking 14-year-olds because they didn't care how old they were. And it seems like, no, they very much cared and they wanted them to be 14. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want anyone to misunderstand me like I'm defending or saying I thought they were necessarily better people. I was just like, yeah, these horrible people are trafficking people. And when you traffic people, 16-year-old girls are an easy target. But it seems like they were actually the goal. It was like a literal, like, throw them away at 18, 19. And like, it's only wild to me because it's like, well, why? Like, why? It's kind of like when Killer Mike was talking about Donald Sterling saying the N-word, and he was like, the owner of the Clippers, a billionaire, says, of course. He goes, the only shock I have is that he's apologizing and doesn't say it in public. Why wouldn't he? Killer Mike was almost expressing, if I was that guy, I wouldn't give a shit if y'all thought I was racist. What can you do to me? So, like, kind of related to that, it's almost like, yeah, I'm not shocked that they would fuck a 15-year-old at all. I'm shocked that they, like, cared so much to do that over something or someone else. Like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
No. I mean, I guess it's like that Professor Jane that's where he was talking about, to get into this club, there are initiation rituals and there's like days, you know what I mean? And there's things that not to mention the fact it's starting to look like, I mean, and we'll be talking about this for fucking ever, but it's starting to look like, there's so many different things to break down. Like you can break down Hollywood, you could break down tech, you could break down like international, like, dude, you know what I'm saying? You could, so many different things that you could break down that this guy had a hand in, insane. But I think it was the pedophilia part is wild. It's unbelievable. It's unconscionable. It's unconscionable how many people knew about it and like praised him for it and were like, just thought he was like some sort of I don't know, like Don Juan type dude. You know what I mean? Like some sort of like it's incredible. But I guess they're all nerds. You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
so like
Well, they want to be that. They want to be powerful, and this is like,
Right.
it's like, it's like Louis. Like, I think that's the only thing I can compare it to from my world is like, he's so good at something that I want to be good at, that I have to acknowledge that when I start to gauge his morality. The difference is, though, is the intertwinedness. Like, part of Epstein's talent was related to being this depraved and getting other people to do it. I don't know, man. Let me unspin my head for a second. Welcome to Gravy, baby. Carmen is moving, and I'm sure she'll tell you guys all about it when she's ready to talk about that, but she's not here today. I didn't even mean to say that she was moving, but anyway, maybe we brought that up before. She'll be with us next week. I don't know. I wanted to say that. I also wanted to say, as far as what we were talking about with Epstein, all right, you said Hollywood. What's even wilder is like he didn't really have it. There's like emails in there of him talking to producers, and he's like, "I got an idea. I think we should have Woody," meaning, what do you think? Woody Allen do stand up on like HBO or Apple.
Yeah. That was great.
And that guy, like, instead of being like, "That's the stupidest and worst idea I've ever fucking heard," or ignoring it, was like, "Oh, well, maybe if we did it this way, like half documentary about his life, and then we end it with a stand-up set, and we'll have Jon Stewart be the narrator," which that's where I heard about it, was Jon Stewart talking about how he's in the Epstein files, and that's the only context. What I'm trying to get at here is, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, dude.
So, like, what is going on with that guy, that producer? If Kevin Hart pitched that guy a terrible idea, I know why he would pretend it was a decent idea. That's Kevin fucking Hart. You're some producer. He's one of the biggest stars in the world. You have to, like, guide him into something you think is viable to make money because he's going to get eyeballs. Why are we doing that to Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah. New York financier? I don't know.
Because he's paying their bills, dog.
Right.
And he's introducing them to the people who pay their bills. He's almost like the Kim Kardashian of that world. Kim Kardashian is famous for being famous. And you can say, well, she's famous because she made a sex tape. Maybe, but a lot of people did that before and after her. She got famous for being famous. She's known for being known. He's like worshipped for being worshipped.
Yeah.
How did he get clout? By getting clout. It's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, or I'm missing something. There was a genesis of this, and maybe it wasn't just straight up blackmail in the beginning.
Yeah, it had to have been something. And the whole Ghislaine Maxwell angle, her father was Robert Maxwell, who was like,
Wrote our textbooks.
Yeah, Rotor Tech is what, like, I guess involved in selling nuclear secrets to Russia. It was part of the, like, I guess a communist at some level, was deeply involved with Russia. It was deeply involved with, like, it's all insane. So, like, he got.
Have you seen the theory that Ghislaine Maxwell was actually the ringleader, but knew that as a woman she couldn't be Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's kind of like that cult documentary where the Indian woman really was running it all, but the guru was the face of it, but she was doing it all behind the scenes.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a thing that maybe he was good at numbers at some level, even though it doesn't really seem like he was that great at numbers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I mean,
it's dark.
Yeah.
Here's one. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to talk about, like, one of the things is, like, with the international things is, like, him basically telling Peter Thiel after the Maidan coup in Ukraine after 2014, like, this is where business is good. You know what I'm saying? When there's, like, destruction and chaos, like, And all these women that they're trafficking from Russia and all this other stuff, like, and knowing that he had something to do with Iran Contra, he definitely had something to do with like with oligarchs and when the Soviet Union fell, and like there's absolutely no telling, and just trafficking people out of there. And like,
That's the other thing on that question about, the worldview thing that you opened with. There's a class solidarity aspect that they have, and sort of this where it's like, I mean, it's almost like, well, fighting you is expensive and I could lose. Joining you, we'll teach each other our ways. I'll teach you how to do Palantir and spy on people. You'll teach me how to crash the world market and then buy when everything's low.
right,
But then again, and in our spare time, we're going to fuck kids.
right, yeah.
If they had just left that out, I honestly think they'd been fine. And they're probably going to be fine anyway. But like, that if anything takes them down, it's going to be the thing they apparently couldn't quit.
It's incredible. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Really unreal. Hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe we're not tearing down the fucking. Hey, I mean, I feel paralyzed. Like, I feel like, like, what do you do?
On that note, I've been wanting a way to get into this. Not super long-winded, but let me give the context. And the context is ego, but I promise I'm getting to a broader point or question.
Okay.
I had this bit I was trying to get to work in like November and December, and I put a truncated version of it out after I did Zany's, and it was how I opened the show. And I talked to this unwell-read, and I'm sorry if people already heard some version of the story, but like, it was essentially like, what's up? I would come out, what's up? How's it going? How's it hanging? How's it going, guys? Remember that when those were innocuous questions, you weren't worried about the answer. And I just got into how like crazy we all are and how crazy we all feel. And I said something to the effect of like, remember not too long ago, you had a crazy friend you had to cut out of your life because they thought that there was like a pedophile ring controlling the world and they wouldn't stop talking about it. Well, it turns out there's a pedophile. It was like how like,
yeah.
And the joke kind of worked, and I put it out and it didn't do that well. And that's the ego part. But like in the last 2 weeks, people are doing a similar thing and they're all doing well and they're all blowing up. And I remember kind of feeling like bummed the joke didn't work, but also almost like bummed to feel alone in that. I felt the way I guess conspiracy people feel. I was aware enough of it not to like turn bitter or go completely crazy, but I was almost like, God damn, man, no one cares there's a pedophile running. Like, I wish people cared. And now people do. And I feel so much worse because we all are feeling the way I felt. And I think I thought unconsciously, subconsciously, I thought once everyone knows and is on board, we're going to do something. And now almost everyone knows is on board and we're not doing anything. It's worse.
It's worse. Yeah.
It's worse that the normies are on board. I guess I thought the normies had power. And I mean, I recognize I'm a half normie, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought when the wine moms wised up, shit would go down.
Dude, I'll tell you, man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes, dude, absolutely, man. Listen, I believe some crazy shit. I've definitely been like,
right.
So, yeah.
I think that's got to be lonely. And I guess I'm saying is I started to believe some crazy shit, and it did feel lonely. And I just was like, man, I wish everybody would see it the way I see it. I'd feel less lonely. And I feel now that we're just all alone. Is that?
It kind of feels like that, but at the same time, like, I don't know what repairs this. I don't know how we ever get past this. I don't know what the next thing is. I used to think that I did. But
what did you think it was?
Well, I thought it was going to be like a return to like, okay, like, you know how Tom Holman, the human thumb, seems so fucking normal right now compared to like Bovino. Like when even though he can barely talk and stuff, but he seems like it's not something you want. It's fucking fashion. It's fucking crazy. But like, this is just a law enforcement guy who's like Pretty serious. I mean, he was in the fucking Obama administration deporting motherfucker. He did what this motherfucker does. Like
He loves deporting people.
He ain't on the goddamn Twitter's giving a fuck about what getting in Twitter fights and fucking. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That motherfucker about his business, about law and order and shit like that. And I thought we were gonna get to a point where like that, like there would be a return to like Democrats would win, and there would be like, yeah, we're all gonna wear body cameras, and like, you know, it's gonna be fascist, but it's not gonna be Bovino. You know what I'm saying? And we were gonna go back to some sort of escalated thing, because it seems like that's what we've been doing, just escalating the amount. Like we go so far right, then we don't go left at all. We just
I still think that we might end up doing that, but okay, but you don't think that anymore.
Dude, I got some fucking pretty lived up friends who are who are pretty black-pilled right now. I mean, dude,
I with you times 20. I just don't know what that means, what that leads to. I still feel, I guess that's what I'm saying, is like, I really thought, damn, we got to get the lived up people on board with how there's a pedophile cabal running the world, and it's not just insane people saying that. And then that happened from December to now, and I don't feel better or anything. I feel like worse, weirdly, because I feel like, okay, now everyone knows, and we still don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think, you know, people are gonna have to start, like, I don't know what they're gonna do about the midterms. I think that's gonna be a massive flashpoint. They're definitely
they're trying to nationalize voting.
Right, I don't know about that, but I definitely think that they will like send ICE agents out to harass people. And
Bannon said they were going to.
Yeah, for sure. So like,
how will they know who to harass? Will it just be certain locations?
What's that Kavanaugh thing?
Just suppress Atlanta, just suppress, like, go to everywhere that is purple and suppress the cities.
Yeah, on top of
of course that's what it is. That's duh.
Yeah, of course. And like with the shit that's going on with Tulsi Gabbard in Fulton County right now, I think it was in Fulton County. This shit's crazy. And there's a theory going around that they're gonna get Maduro to say like, yeah, we rigged the elections, and they're gonna pull out something, and they're gonna let Maduro go. And you know, that's a double tap for him, because he gets chaos in America, because it'll be fucking chaos. You know what I'm saying? And he gets out of jail. I would take that deal. I would tell him anything they fucking wanted to tell. Oh yeah, man, goddamn Joe Biden wrote me a letter and said, hey man, would you mind stealing the elections? And I'd say, hell yeah. I said, yeah, wait till I get into these Dominion voting machines and fucking get my, you know, however I would tell it, just to see this country fucking cave in on itself. Why wouldn't you? And get out of jail. Why wouldn't you do that?
I can't believe there's no whistleblowers.
Who? Oh, yeah, dude, they killed a man in the middle of the street, dog. Yeah, you know, there's not time to be blowing whistles.
I mean, I guess I just meant anonymously. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe wherever you heard that, they got it, you know, it originated from the inside, or maybe that's wild speculation. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I mean, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. So what is after this? And it doesn't seem like there is
you know what I'm going to have the hardest time with? And this is privilege, by the way. Let me acknowledge that. And let me acknowledge it not on some woke shit, because like, no, I think it's like, because like, for me, what's after this? For a lot of people, what's after this is like, no. I don't even want to think about it. But for me, what's after this is just like having to be around people who won't admit their role in it or that it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up dying of a heart attack just because I'm like, but I don't know if I'm making sense. I feel like my thoughts are so scrambled lately, but what's after this is hell. And part of that hell is a lot of people pretending like it rules.
Yeah. I mean, they will at first, and unless you know, it comes a time where we're like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how I mean, if you do the whole, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I think at some point it falls on everybody, and it sucks for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, and on that note, take care of each other. We've been talking about that for years now, and mutual aid, and
Yeah.
let's do this. Here's what's gravy, baby. I've been talking
Yeah.
to Warren. He's
Yeah.
back from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I posted something on my story. I might make a more permanent post if I can figure out the way I want to do it later. Of an organization there in Minneapolis who has been working, who's existed for a while, doing all types of different work, but during the ice siege has done, according to him, being on the ground, a wonderful job, just making sure like everyone's getting fed and water and everyone's organized in a way that keeps people safe, but not so organized that it's easy to.
We should just have him on.
Yeah, I got to talk with Warren. I mean, you know, all I have at this point is general explanations, A. B, I mean, they're busy. Do you say them on or him?
Back? Oh, I thought him on.
Oh, yeah, we'll have him on. Yeah, I definitely was already thinking that. Warren part 2. I thought you said them on. I was like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I can't, you know. It's like, it feels like, hey, by the way, if you got an hour to spare, I'm going to come on Gravy Baby. I bet we could raise you dozens of dollars. Hey, we can raise you dozens of dollars. I posted it on my story. They don't have like an Instagram or whatever. I think they're called something market, something open market. Now I can't remember. Anyway, that's been what's gravy for me. I'll be honest, that's about it.
We had a badass freeze and snow here, where it was just like one thing after another was like fucking happening. We fucking handled it all. We were fucking awesome. We had a goat fucking almost have hypothermia. Pretty much did was stuck. We wrapped her up, put a bunch of hand warmers inside her jacket, and like had her
like high hands.
Like high hands, yeah.
Those things are wild.
They're wild and they're awesome, and they'll fucking saw your goat out. If you need a solid goat, let me tell you something.
Do you know the popular subreddit Explain It Like I'm 5?
Dude, I don't know. Listen,
the idea is you go on there and you ask them questions, and someone, in theory, because the internet will actually know a lot about what you're asking and explain it to you in the simplest terms. So I did that with hot hands one time. I was like, hey, how do these things work? And I was really hoping for a detailed explanation because they kind of blow my mind. And then, dude, I mean, everyone was like, chemical reaction, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, yeah, I know. What kind? How's that work? Why doesn't it burn you? But instead of saying that, I just was like, oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I asked on the Explain It Like I'm 5. You're not treating me like I'm 5. Anyway, I think that's rad.
Yeah.
Was it your goat that had hypothermia, or did someone bring it to you?
It was my goat. It was my goat. It was one of my outside goats. Everybody else handled it really well. They don't really like the snow. The chickens didn't even leave the roost at all.
Yeah. We got the same sitch on that. Something got our ducks because the pond froze.
Damn.
I think it was a raccoon.
Damn.
Got both our ducks, man.
2 ducks.
They need to head first.
Yeah, they do.
And one was gone, but the other one was there without a head. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, it is sad. You ever seen where the coyotes get like a little fawn and they'll just like eat their face off and then just leave their body there? It's pretty disgusting.
I did not know about that. I was not aware of coyotes' penchant for tender meat.
Yeah, they wait a couple days to get the rest of it. It's crazy.
They wait a couple days. I didn't know that.
I guess they gotta let it sit. I don't know. But yeah.
That's a metaphor, everyone, for how I feel about the future somehow. I'm not sure who's what in it, but coyotes eating baby deer's faces waiting a couple days.
Boy, it's just such a crazy thing. Yeah, I like who in America is like. I mean, I guess you got to make plans. I mean, we have plans. I have plans. You know what I'm saying? But like, my plans are like centered around, cataclysm. Yeah. It's like who's like. I don't know. Like, who's putting into these baby funds? Did you get a baby account? A Trump account for your baby?
No.
Is it too old? Let's just
No,
start
I
it.
just that's a scam of some sort, and I'm not interested in it.
How is there money alive in 18 years? How is money? What is that?
What's money?
What is money in 18 years? What
When a
is
man
money?
and a republic love each other very much, they have a mutually beneficial
can't-
agreed upon system.
I just can't imagine like being like, hell yeah, I got my Trump bucks in my Trump account for my baby. Like,
Well, I looked into it because I was trying to figure out a way if I could just like pretend, like sign up for it, get the money, and then get it. And there's not.
But like, you have to have a
won't get
lot
it till later. What you're doing is you're giving them money to then put in the stock market,
right.
and then they'll take the benefits from that and give you your money back with a little bit of interest. But like if they run out, I mean, dude, it's just another Trump scam.
Yeah.
They're all grifts. Everything is a cult or a grift. Everything is a cult or a grift. Everything is a cult or a grift. Everyone get that through your head, especially the fucking Democratic Party.
It's pretty bad, dude. It's pretty bad.
It is like kind of pulling the Band-Aid off. Like there's a lot of like wounds being exposed, but kind of getting back to what I was saying about my own personal health. There's people who still just haven't wrapped their, like true believers who are just like, still like lecturing people, you know?
It's unbelievable. I can't believe that still exists.
Well, it's this like attachment, your own identity being attached. You know, instead of saying I vote for Democrats, I am a Democrat. You know, it starts there, and then you throw in there like, you know, important things that do matter, like gay rights, right to be married. It's like that's now they've done it. They did it for me and the people I love. Now you've got that whole. You can't let go of that.
All right. Well, you know,
Yeah.
hitch your wagon to whatever ship you think's gonna get you to the bottom of the ocean fastest, I guess.
But yeah, we're in the middle of a real problem. And I'm not saying that I think they're going to pull it off. I've told you this a bunch, and I think you somewhat agree with me. Like, the biggest solace I have right now is they're so stupid. And they are fractured. There is a fracture going on over there. There are a lot of people biding their time. You know, the Project 2025 Christians versus the Project 2025 Tech Bros aren't planning on living in harmony with each other. It's sort of a, how do we divide the spoils once we've done this kind of thing.
Yeah, the Nazis sure don't plan on kicking it with Israel forever.
Yeah, some of these people really hate Jews. I mean, let's talk about that. And actually, let's not. That we've said all that needs to be said about it. But I mean, I could see this going a bunch of different ways. Some of which aren't like completely apocalyptic in terms of either the United States of America or just the people living in it. Germany did pretty well after what they did. If you fast forward to the 50s, Germany was fine if you just were a regular, but you had to live with the fact that you let that happen. You know, you had to like look at that house where your neighbor used to live and be like, I feel guilty, but it kind of worked out. You know, like.
Yeah, Japan did great for a little while. I mean, their economy was fucking on fire for a while.
Well, it turns out when you're not spending all of your resources trying to dominate the world around you, but you do have the infrastructure that you built in an attempt to dominate the world around you, you can get away with a lot as long as you're not constantly being attacked. I mean, and that was like, you know, Germany had the EU and frankly the United States. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to get into history. I'm going to sound like an autistic person. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just, it's going to be a rough decade, I think. I mean, it already is. We're all nuts.
Yeah, we're all nuts. Dude, it was 2016. Well, I mean, like, here's another thing that's really crazy. Like, something that I keep hearing people, like, talk about is like, fucking Trump divided the nation. And I'm like, I think he capitalized on the division that was there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't know.
I think it made it worse by making it obvious, or maybe it's like it accelerated it.
Yeah, I've been giving this some thought, and it's like it's interesting because like I was never a fan of Obama, and I made that, and so now it's like I I I can see now that like all the friends that I thought. It's funny to be having a conversation with somebody that not liking Obama and thinking that we just didn't like the government. You know what I'm saying? But no. You didn't like Obama. You were. I thought we did, because that was the one thing. Like, I thought we hated the government. That was my one big thing. That's like, how are we now friends with the government? Like, oh no. You didn't like Obama.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not. Okay.
it's same page. We're on the same page. We're in different books.
Right.
It's very. I have that with like right-wing prepper types.
Yeah.
Society's collapsing. Sure is, brother. Can't believe what they're doing. We can't let them get away with it, can we? Nope. We need to stop them. I feel that way exactly. And then at the end of it, they're like trans people funded by the Jews.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I mean, and there is this weird thing happening on a lot of people's algorithm where related to that. The way the algorithm works, as far as I know, is like it notices what you're into and what you like by what you're swiping on, what you're staying on, what you're liking. And it figured out that I'm, pretty against Israel. So it started floating up to me. It's like, you want this one too? It's just like same page, different book. And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about fully anti-Semitic, the Jews type shit.
Yeah.
Corey said something. We talked about this, I think. I don't think he would mind me saying it. He said something to like me, Trey, and Mark. It was a bit. I don't remember what it was. It was like about Israel, but the people who shared it, I was like, hey, Corey, I don't know if you know this, but you just literally spread white nationalist propaganda. Like this account is, and I don't mean hidden. Go read their bio. So yeah, we all got that I don't want to say look forward to because it's too dark, but there is going to be an interesting moment of like America's Nazis and Israel's reality.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. There's also going to be a fucking point of inflection. Like if a war does kick off, like it's been looking like it. It just looks like we're going to. It's just like I don't know when, but it looks like we're going to war with Iran. As soon as them body bags start coming back, dude.
I don't think we are. We may have no choice at some point, but I think that Trump actually wants to avoid that.
I think he does. I don't know what kind of choices he has in it.
Well, they might kill him soon, and that'll feel good for about 30 seconds.
I would bet that if there is a P tape or a tape out there that's extremely compromising to him, I know who got it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They want to kill.
I'm starting to think it's from his perspective way worse than that. I think that Trump is into bottoming, and his whole persona can't handle that being.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Donald Trump feeling like the world might find out that he pees on the 15-year-old girl actually wouldn't bother him at all.
You're right.
I think it's taking up the butt.
I think so many people are already so hooked onto him right now that I think that the butt stuff, I think that would just maybe. It's hard to say.
So not if it was on video, dude. I think it'd be like fucking when they burn LeBron James jerseys in Cleveland with tears in their eyes.
Damn.
Bullshit,
man. Damn, man.
I mean, unfortunately, I do think a lot of women would get hit that night. I'm not going to say worth it, but it is going to be what happens.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about literally anything fun.
All right. Well, I've been reading this book called Program to Kill. It's about mind control and how serial killers, satanic ritual abuse,
You want me to try? Should I try?
and
I've been reading
David
a lot of
was
sci-fi that predicted exactly what we're going through.
Philip K. Dick or who?
Oh man, I'm so bad with names. The 5th season, I can't remember her name. And then, brother, my brain's scrambled.
Yeah, dude, we're all insane.
Who's
Dude,
the
yeah.
woman who like predicted they were going to use the slogan "Make America Great Again"? Like she predicted it in the '90s, I think. What is that book? It's very.
Well, they were using it in the 80s with Reagan.
I know, but she predicted it would come back.
Well, dude, I don't know about all that. That's not very good. Hey, listen, check this out, dude.
It is very good. I think it's Octavia Butler. It's like one of the best fucking sci-fi books of all time. And you're like, I don't know about all that.
I don't know if I'd believe all that. I don't know if I'd buy into that. Speaking of not buying into something, how crazy is it that as crazy as everything is, like the number of people who are like, it seems like they're going out of their way to make it seem crazier. Like it's a there's like this weird
Accelerationist, nihilist type shit.
Yeah.
You mean like people faking Epstein files just for clout?
There's all that stuff going on. There's all kind of like great. There's just a lot of like different stuff that's just like, it's like there's this thing, and I don't believe it at all. Maybe someday it'll be true about that Sasha guy that was in the army and like shoved a stake up Trump's butt, all that stuff. It's just like this crazy. And I know that like in situations like this that a lot of interference gets run. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, yeah, let's just throw as much crazy shit in there as possible to kind of like throw smoke on the fire in the in the way. But
yeah, it could be that. I mean, it's just like a lot of people like chaos. A lot of people also only think. I mean, a lot of people really are incapable of thinking outside of themselves, and it's just like this is an opportunity, man. I mean, you could. I think that the amount of anguish we acknowledge kind of insulates us from this. But I could imagine someone critiquing us in the sense of like, especially if we were like, if let's say we clipped this up and we were like going viral with our little jokes about all this, you could be like, okay, so you're just using this as an opportunity.
Yeah, sure.
To promote what you do. Well, this is what some people do. You know, what you're talking about, like internet cloud, internet chaos is what some people do. And they don't care if it's a lawsuit between two famous people or this.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try something because I'll let you try to do something fun and we're right back here. This wasn't fun, but it might be fun to laugh at me. I left Saturday, towards Knoxville, and I was going to meet some friends. I had cabin fever, and it had quit snowing, and it started back a little bit, but it wasn't supposed to snow very long. And I told Andy, if the roads get bad, I'll turn around. Made it all the way to Knoxville. The roads went bad. Got close to the bar. Some of the side roads were bad. I was like, all right, avoid side roads. Had a drink or two, whatever. And then my friends were like, we're going to go to this show. There's not any tickets, and I didn't really want to go. And another friend was like, I don't want to go either. Can you give me a ride? Sure. Took off to South Knoxville. Stopped at a stop sign. Didn't slide at all. Pull out from the stop sign. Not going fast at all. Just completely lose control of my vehicle.
Oh, no.
Runs off the road in what I can only describe as the slowest wreck in the history of the world. In fact, I don't have to be the one who describes it like that. A guy came by immediately and was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I saw it. That was the slowest wreck I've ever seen. If you've never slid on black ice, if you're not going fast, I mean, even if you're going fast, I guess it's surreal, but it was so surreal because I was just sitting in the car, sliding at probably 2 miles an hour, unable to do anything.
could have got out.
Cars
You coulda
all-wheel
got out.
drive.
Start pushing your car back.
Buddy, if somebody had been outside and had good footing, they could have
Yeah.
stopped my car.
Yeah, yeah,
I almost like if I thought I could have opened the door and put my foot down.
yeah,
And what I did think, and I had time to think, I thought maybe I'll give it gas and try to push through this.
yeah,
Because I have all-wheel drive with that automatic limited slip. I don't know what all the phrases are, but you have to be given a gas for it to engage.
yeah.
But I was like, yeah, but I'm going to end up in that creek and total my car. So instead, I sit there and I literally out loud go, no, no, come on, catch. Talking to my tires, catch, fucking come on. That's how long it took. I go completely off the road, get hung on the route. I find out later. One tire's completely off the ground, lean down this hill. Can't get a wrecker because they all have contracts with like the UPS and the sheriff's departments and all that. And so until they're done with what they were called in on, stayed the night with my buddy. Next morning, still can't get a wrecker. End up calling the cops because I'm like, hey, a little bit of my car's in the road. I think maybe that'll knock me up on someone's to-do list. The South Knoxville Police Department, even with that explanation, swear to God, was like, yeah, just leave it. I was like, well, I'm on a hill and like, I mean, someone's going to eventually hit my car. You're going to have a 2-person wreck. They're like, nah, we're busy.
Yeah.
So finally, and I knew it was going to happen, but I was like talking to Andy and I was like, I guess you come get me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, all right, I got to ask my parents to watch Rozzy. I'm going to tell them what's going on. And I was like, yeah, but then your dad's going to try to come save the day. And he's 73 and it's cold as shit. And also you can't. Like, I've had 4 people come over with big trucks and they all saw the picture and said, we can get it out. Drove over here and said, we cannot get it out. You know, friends of friends, redneck buddies. I went through the gamut of Gary's, right?
Yeah, yeah. The gamut of glories. Yes.
So after it is revealed, he calls me, literally have that conversation. We can get it out. Jim, we can't get it out. I think we can get it out. You're going to knock my car all the way down the hill trying to get it out and total it. I think we can get it out. Okay, sure. Instead, my brothers-in-law come. So now it's like even more emasculating. Instead of my father-in-law coming to rescue me, it's my brothers-in-law, right? So we pull over there. The reasonable one is like, we can't get this out. And the unreasonable one's like, sure we can. We got a tile, you know, he just starts rednecking it. And I'm like, half of what you said counters the other half. None of this makes sense. We're not doing that to my car. And then this dude just rocks up, walking his dogs with like joy exuding from his being. You guys need some help? I'm like, great. Didn't even have a southern accent. Got too many Garys in the fire area, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, you think a winch would help? And we're all like, it's like record scratch. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, that is the one thing I will allow someone to do. If we can winch around that tree and pull that direction, it may not work, but it will not send my car careening over the, that's totally right. This dude was like the ultimate truck Gary. He has like a little Instagram page. I think it's Jake of all terrains. Like 4x4 is his thing, dog.
Yeah.
He has his phone. When he gets back, he's got his phone out, making fun of us, cracking jokes, shitting all over us. He's like, look at these idiots.
Yeah. Nice.
Dude, best day ever. Winches us around. He's like, you hold that. You hold this. Starts directing us. It was so funny watching him tell the oldest brother-in-law, who's like, you know, used to fight in tough man competitions.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to give it some gas and cut the wheel that way. And he starts to do his whole thing. Well, you know, in my experience, he goes, give it gas and cut the wheel that way. And he just, okay.
That's awesome.
We're out, dude.
That's awesome, man.
Pretty good.
Yeah, dog.
I was in a low spot.
Yeah, man. And then the help of a stranger.
The help of
In the arms of an angel. That's where you were.
In the lips of an angel.
In the lips of an angel.
The last time I was in Athens, I went to watch wrestling, Classic City Wrestling. Shout out my buddy Cole, who founded it. And one of the dudes came out to that song, and I don't think I've ever been more convinced that a wrestler deserves to make it than that guy.
Yeah.
Imagine that's your come up music, the one about cheating on your girl.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And like, you know, I think one thing I skipped, Andy and I had decided to make my car liability insurance only because it's so old, like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, I think I'd have knocked it down that fucking ravine. I'd have got all my shit out. I'd have just been up there pushing, you know. But I was sitting there looking at it like, you being a man, you know, just like, I'm going to go to Knoxville, goddammit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is going to result in a loss that you can't take right now, financially. I'm walking around out there like the Tiger King, just like, I'll never financially recover from this.
But you did, everything worked out, man. And listen,
man.
Everything always works out all the time. Everything's good.
That's not true, but sure.
We're being positive.
All right, let's be positive. This is gravy, baby, dude. Let's be positive. All right, let me tell you some things I'm feeling positive about.
All right, yeah, man.
Everything has a caveat. I'll just not do the caveats. My son,
nice,
right on schedule, very smart, very happy, very sweet. Your turn.
Go.
Hell yeah, dude.
They rule.
I talked to our good buddy Ryan Darling of the illustrious band Good Cop, Bad Cop. They were on Netflix last night on Star Search. They did not advance. He did not seem upset by that, but he seemed to have a good time, and he got the hug. Her name's Christy something. She's married to John Legend, whatever her name is. That was cool. Yeah. I seemed to have fun.
Good, man. That's awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got for me?
Dogs.
Dogs? You feeling positive about dogs? Okay, sick. I'm feeling positive about a show I have in Athens, Georgia on February 15th, hosted by Mike Cooley of the Drive-By Truckers.
That's all. Now listen, it's supposed to fucking snow again on the 15th.
Go kill me, fuck yourself. What?
Yeah, I swear to God.
They're not on what I've been looking. I've been looking at the wrong thing.
My shit's saying if there's icy, snowy conditions for the 14th and 15th. I'll be there on the 15th if, in fact, there is no ice or snow.
I just got scammed, so that's nice.
That's good. That's good.
Damn it.
Got scammed for what?
$25. Chase caught it.
Cool. Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm feeling positive about Chase's security at the moment.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude. That's amazing work. Let's see what else is good. Spring's coming. Our buddy Slob sent me some Choctaw tobacco to grow.
You gonna grow it?
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
Is that the same thing as Indian tobacco? What I've always called Indian tobacco growing up?
No idea. No idea what it is. Comes with instructions. I'm gonna roll that bitch. I'm gonna dry that bitch out, roll it up, fucking smoke her down. Tell stories.
Smoke her down. You gonna watch the Super Bowl? I couldn't get it out.
I can't believe it's going on.
Why wouldn't
I can't believe life is going on, man.
I can't believe you can't believe it, dude.
It's unbelievable. It's unreal to me.
I think it's super believable, bruh.
I feel like one of those people on Snapped. I feel like my Snap moment is coming. Like it's just a matter of time before like I'm naked on a bridge yelling about fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
About the pedo elite. Like, it's just like.
Yeah, but unlike 3 years ago, instead of people being like, man, don't look at him, somebody call somebody, they're all going to be like, yeah, we know, dude. Like,
we can't
just go to work like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Loser. Like instead of being like 4 years ago, he'd be like, honey, don't look. He's crazy. And instead of be like, honey, don't look. He wanted to be right instead of just existing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody who's believed this kind of stuff for any long amount of time and like feels good about it. I don't think anybody feels good about it. I don't think there's anybody going there like, yeah, boy.
That's what I tried to say to both Trey and Andy too about. They were sort of like saying, damn, QAnon really should be doing a victory lap right now, and they can't because their boy Donald Trump's in the files. And I was like, that's definitely part of it, but it's also got to be part of it is like, how do you celebrate this?
Yeah, nobody's. I don't think anybody's doing that. I don't think. I don't think QAnon. I don't think that this is the conspiracy that people like the whole. I'm not entirely sure that the Pizzagate angle. I would have to do something. I know that they were talking about pizza. It could have been a code for something, but also knowing how Steve Bannon and them were like kind of orchestrating 4chan and stuff like this, and kind of like there's no telling what they were talking about. And as of yet, there's not really. I mean, there's weird, wild claims in there about people getting their foot cut off by a fucking scimitar and fucking
yeah, dude.
like eat the baby shit.
Which is just like a hotline call, right?
I think so. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think anything in there you got to take with a grain of salt unless it's to and from Jeffrey Epstein. And even then, you got to remember the dude's an agent of chaos. He will lie to one person to get something out of them.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why you got to just keep going to work, I guess.
I will say, yeah, exactly. I will say the Norm Finkelstein fucking thing was awesome. He proved to be an awesome guy. The Noam Chomsky stuff
rough
hurts so bad, but then again, it's like forever have been kind of very anti the academic left, and he has definitely been. Gabriel Rockwell's got a fucking great book out about the Pied Pipers of Western Marxism, Western leftism, which is great. I think everybody should check it out. It kind of breaks down how academia of the left has been has long since been used against not only like the working class as a whole, but it's basically just been used against the left.
A tool of empire.
A tool of empire, yeah, for sure.
And on that note, the last positive for me that I'll say, and then I have to go. DJ, you could just keep going if you want. I don't want to cut you off.
Sit here just spiraling out on everybody.
Yeah.
Can you believe?
Yeah, dude. There is confirmation that Bernie Sanders is nothing but an annoyance and a thorn to the empire and has no power. But there was confirmation that he is that, and he's not complicit because they stay complaining about him. And again, if he had power, they'd have killed him. They were just like, God, get a load of this asshole. You know, it was literally like, this gnat is bothering me, which is disheartening, but it was also heartening, I guess, in the vein of Finkelstein, where I was like, yeah, that dude, they know that he won't come fuck kids with them.
Yeah. He doesn't even want to be around you.
Soup in Vermont and help workers, but he doesn't know how, and he can't do it at all. And
yeah.
All right. I love you.
I love you too, man.
Bye, everybody. Follow us on Patreon.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like,